It's England who beat the Netherlands 2-1 to make it to the Euro 2024 final, and England did it in the most dramatic way. Ole Watkins with a 90th minute winner after being barely on the pitch, a late substitute, and he had one chance and he just finished it. What a goal. That's a brilliant goal. Brilliant turn and finish. That's a proper number 9's goal, that one. Stuff of dreams for Ole Watkins. But the big talking point, the big question is, was this a penalty? Should England have been allowed to get back into the game? There was this tackle or attempted block rather, that is, by Denzel Dumfries on Harry Kane after his shot actually went way over the bar. Harry Kane skied it. But it was deemed and judged to be a high foot by Denzel Dumfries, and the VAR overturned it. It wasn't an on-pitch decision. The referee didn't give it on the pitch, but it went to VAR, and they clearly thought it's a clear and obvious error, enough to send the referee over to go have a look, and he gave it himself. Once he goes over there, it's most likely, it's never happened where a referee goes to the VAR screen and then really doesn't change his mind. So I don't know, maybe he was thrown under the bus, but the big question is, was this a penalty? So for me, you can see what they're doing. They are judging Denzel Dumfries' high foot. It's clear that his foot is high and it's a studs up challenge. So in a way, VAR and the refereeing team do have a leg to stand on and say that Denzel Dumfries should not be tackling like that. He should not be coming in like that at all. His studs are up and it is a high foot. Could it be endangering an opponent? Maybe. But for me, in practicality, no. There was no way that this sort of attempted block, that is, did anything to Harry Kane. Yes, there was contact, but for me, it was barely minimum. You can even see Harry Kane was playing on it. He was rolling on the ground, immediately called for it. I think he noticed that his shot went way over. England are 1-0 down. They are under pressure. It's a Euro semi-final. He's trying to get the call. He's trying to play on the ref. Anything that he can get, he will try to get. And I think it's well played by Harry Kane, but I do not agree with the decision. Not just me, but a lot of people do believe that the Netherlands were robbed. For me, it's simple. The contact is not sufficient enough for me to give a penalty. You can see it's actually Harry Kane who kicks through the ball. He does kick through the ball with much ferocity, and he actually, on his follow through, on his swing, makes contact with Denzel Dumfries rather than Denzel Dumfries forcibly, or rather than Denzel Dumfries' foot engaging with Harry Kane's foot with force. It's not like he's hit him on the ankle and he's caught him high. No, it's actually the follow through from Harry Kane that makes contact with the boot of Denzel Dumfries. And that, for me, I think you can clearly see it was not sufficient. Harry Kane a minute later stands up and takes the penalty. He was not hurt at all. I do believe you can't necessarily tackle like that, but I don't think in this case it had that huge implication, and I think a lot of people were surprised that this was given. Normally these are given as free kicks, yes, but as penalties, I'm not sure. But one person can say that, if it's a foul outside the box, it should be a foul inside the box. But I do not agree with that logic. I think when it's in the box, there needs to be something more. There needs to be a little bit more, like at least some clear contact, at least some clear foul play. I don't know. I'm not convinced with this one. I do think the referee messed it up. I think he had a bad game all around. I do think a lot of subjective calls actually during this game were going to England. So in my opinion, this shouldn't have been given as a penalty. The Netherlands should have held on to their 1-0 lead at this point in time in the first half, and I think the Netherlands would have been feeling very confident going into the halftime break with a 1-0 win, with a 1-0 lead, that is, sorry. For me, the referee did favor England in this game. A lot of subjective calls were really going England's way. Someone brought up the fact that this referee was actually banned from football for 6 months after he accepted a bribe. This is like quite a long time ago. So maybe there has been some rehabilitation in progress, but I do not think it was the wisest decision to give him a Euro 2024 semi-final match. Yes, I'm not saying that people do not deserve second chances, but I just think you avoid things like this by just basically appointing a referee without any scandals. It's as simple as that. But everyone, like a lot of people, are not happy with the referee's performance. But either way, I do think England were good. I think that was the best game that England have played throughout this whole Euros. Firstly, I would like to say, I apologize, Gareth Southgate. I was not familiar with their game. What a performance. That was England's best performance by far. Phil Foden was good. Unlucky not to have a goal in this game. He had one cleared off the line, and he also hit the bar. The cross. He actually hit the post, not the crossbar, sorry, with a long range effort. That would have been some goal. We saw Lamar yesterday, but that would have been some goal. Also, the Netherlands did also hit the bar. Denzel Dumfries with his header could have redeemed himself after the penalty, but it was not meant to be. But it was a thoroughly entertaining game. Bukayo Saka was good. I think actually the whole of the England squad was good. Jude Bellingham did not have the greatest performance, but he didn't stop running. In the 90th minute, he has the ball, he runs, carries the ball all the way to the other side of the field to relieve some pressure from England, wins a free kick. Yes, sometimes you do not have to have goals or assists to have a good game. You just have to put yourself about, put in a good shift, and that is enough. Be a team player as well. And I just think the whole of the England team was really good. Declan Rice made a mistake for the Xavi Simons goal. What a goal this was by Xavi Simons. He just basically dispossessed Rice of it. People were calling for a foul. It could have been a foul, but I enjoy the fact that actually the referee let it go. He allowed some physicality in the game, and that goal was a brilliant goal by Xavi Simons. He was so unlucky not to have, at least won the game. You could see how emotional he was at the end, got frustrated, got a card, but that's a brilliant goal. But either way, that was an amazing game. I loved how open it was. Declan Rice redeemed himself with a better performance, trying to break the lines with his passes. He's been criticized for not having any forward play, but I think he put himself about last night. And Ole Watkins comes on and scores the winner. That's stuff of dreams. Southgate substitution, he brings in Cole Palmer and Watkins. Cole Palmer assists Watkins, but this was a very brilliant goal. Cole Palmer puts Watkins through. He is tightly marked. The expected goal was very low for this, so that one touch by Ollie Watkins to put himself in a good position, and the finish, bottom corner across the keeper, unstoppable. But that's a proper number 9's goal. I think he deserves that goal. He's having an amazing season. He's had an amazing season with Aston Villa, finished in the Champions League, scored 20 goals this season, was in the Premier League team of the season. I think he had an amazing season. I think he had an amazing season. So at the end of the day, this is one game where I can say England deserved to go through. They bossed proceedings. They really dominated possession. They pinned the Netherlands back. Koeman even tried to make changes at halftime to try to deal with the threat, but then Gareth Southgate also made changes of his own, brought on Luke Shaw, and I think it was a very, very effective change. So with that being said, I'm giving praise where praise is due. I thought England would be knocked out. People are saying it's a scam gate winner again. I don't think so. I think this time they thoroughly deserved it. But they will play Spain in the final on Sunday. Spain have to thrash this England side. Spain have to thrash this England side and save football. England are finalists, back-to-back finalists of the Euro again. They were in the final in the Euro 2020. They lost to Italy on penalties, but now they'll be taking on a crazy team in Spain. This team has won every single game, except technically the German one because they drew it, but Spain have been very impressive this tournament, and I just think Spain will thrash England. They have to thrash England. If England keep playing like this, they were so exposed against the Netherlands, they were so vulnerable on the counter-attack. They have to fix their defensive issues. Yes, they were very strong defensively throughout this tournament, but they were not playing the so-called stronger teams. But once they started playing the so-called stronger teams, they were exposed. For example, they played Denmark, they conceded Switzerland, they conceded the Netherlands, they've conceded. So I don't know. I think for me, England still look very shaky. They have survived with a lot of last-minute goals. The Bellingham bicycle kick, the equalizer by Bukayo Saka, that was pretty late as well. And now the winner from Ali Watkins. England have been, waiting towards the end of the game to start putting in a good performance. But with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. I will do a preview for the final in a few days. Bye-bye.